Adobe Photoshop has this very useful feature of groups. In the earlier videos, I talked about um, organizing content into groups and how to move your layers around. Well, I want to take it a little step further. Um, I have some revisions that I want to do with this particular um, business card. I want to be able to move the graphic around, and I want to take this business name and move it around to different locations, and perhaps take Frank's information and move it and come up with different design ideas. But I want to be able to keep it all grouped together into different groups so that the name, um, title, and phone number all maintained together. And I might even want to pull over here this um, email address. But then when I look at the business name, if I look in the layers here, I'm going to expand the layers and open up the copy folder. I'm just going to move this over to the side so I can kind of see everything that's going on here. With my hand tool in the toolbar over here, I'm just going to click and move that across. Now you'll notice that sometimes it can be difficult to move across. If you press the F key on your keyboard, you'll see that that will go ahead and move over for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it back in that other view because I think it might um, be cropping off the image for you, so I'm going to keep it right there. But go ahead and experiment with that on your own computer pressing the F key. But I'm going to keep it where it was at and just move the layer palette over a little bit. So I've got the name of the company right here, Irish Guy Productions, INC, and then a tagline underneath that. Now in the copy folder, I can see I've got the first two layers here seem to be the project manager, phone number, and then I've got the INC that shows up, and then there's an email address which is right underneath the layers. I'm not seeing it right now. So this is not really in any particular order, and the Frank title is right at the bottom there. So what I want to do first of all is I want to still kind of keep this in a copy folder, but I want to reorganize it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just by clicking on the top folder, I'm going to come to the bottom here and click on the bottom icon, and you'll see that it creates this new group for me. Now I can just double click right on new group and call this let's call this Frank information. Okay, that works pretty good. Now I want to take Frank's information, which is the phone number, the project manager, and Frank's name, and I want to drag them into this Frank information folder. So I'm going to click on his phone number. I'm going to hold the control key down. I'm going to click on the second layer. Now these are both joined together in the selection, and then I'm going to still with the control key press down, I'm going to click on Frank's name. Now all three layers are connected or selected, whatever way you want to think about it. Now I can let go of my mouse at this point. Now just watch that the layers don't change color. You want to make sure they all have that darkened color. But I'm going to click once more with my mouse and just drag them up into that new folder, Frank's information. Okay, so now you can see that all of those three folders or all of those three files have now moved into that one folder, and I can go here to the little eye outside Frank's information and toggle those on and off very, very quickly. Now the nice benefit with that is if I click on Frank's information now as a folder and I grab my move tool, I can now also move those as a group. So I can move them down to the bottom here, play with those a little bit, and then I can also come over here to project manager and phone number and even move those over a little bit. So I've got the opportunity to move them as a group or the opportunity to move them individually or together within that group. So that's just a real kind of effective way to work with information. You can also align different pieces within the group, and then also these group members can also be stacked in whatever order you'd like there. Now once you get these lined up, and I'm going to go ahead and move the phone number up a little bit, and also grab the project manager and move it maybe over to line up with the R. I think that will work. Now I've got the move tool selected, and I'm just using my arrow keys on the keyboard to move one pixel at a time, and I find that to be an effective way. If I use my mouse quite often to move this, I'm going to find it kind of difficult to align information correctly. Now, there's a few little tools you should use here. First of all, recognize what size are you working at. For instance, I'm working at full screen mode, which is 83% for me. I double click my hand. I might even get up to 92%, but I'm not seeing the true alignment right there. So go ahead and make sure you're at 100%, and that will give you a better alignment. Now, when you're trying to do detail work, get your zoom tool, draw a nice little box around the area you want to go to, and zoom right in there. That's going to be a lot easier for you. Now with your move tool and your arrow keys, you can simply go ahead and move that information into place a little bit more successfully. So that's a little recap on just the use of creating a new group, being able to drag other layers into it, and then being able to organize each of those components within inside that one particular group. When you're done working with that particular group, you can then collapse the folder. So it's very, very easy to go ahead and just make your layers a little tidier, and then also gives you the ability to grab this one component and move it anywhere within your screen. Now this also would really work for a business card situation here. You might have a different folder for each one of your staff members, so that you could just simply turn those on and off according for whatever staff member, job position, or bit of information that that needed to change for that particular design. But go ahead and play around with creating other groups, and I'll have some more tips for you shortly.